Today is about a hopeful Bollywood entertainer from year 2011 and 12 of every 2011 she showed up in a phenomenal film called 4004 in which she assumed a little part. Furthermore, she likewise got the chance to work with Kareena Kapoor in 2012. Sadly, she was killed amidst shooting the film. So what was the entire case about? Today we will examine that. So the story starts on Spring 15, 2012 from Dhiran, when entertainer Meenakshi Thapa's mom calls her little girl in the early evening on the grounds that around then Meenakshi was in Mumbai, huge number of kilometers from her family, and she used to converse with her mom day to day. Before today, however, on Spring 15 Minoy didn't pick up the telephone, and afterward her telephone began going off. Then on the 16th, when smaller than expected's mom Kamla called her little girl, and still, at the end of the day, her telephone was turned off. The exceptionally following day, on Spring 17, Scaled Down's mom gets a message from Small's own telephone. It said, "If you need to see your little girl alive, set up for 1.5 million rupees presently." Subsequent to perusing this message, smaller than expected's mom got extremely terrified on the grounds that not just had she not had the option to converse with her little girl for the beyond 2 to 3 days, yet presently this message requesting 1.5 million rupees had placed her in much more pressure. In any case, after this, Kla immediately told her senior child Navaj, who was in the Indian Armed Force. After learning of this, Scaled Down's sibling rapidly goes home for the days and heads to Mumbai. However, meanwhile Kla gets one more message from Scaled Down's telephone. The message expressed that in the event that you endeavour to illuminate the police about this, we will give medications to your girl and cause an obscene film with her, then to transfer it on the web. Currently considering Mino Shapa was as yet a striving entertainer and had a place with a middle-class family, it's clear she could never have had that much cash anyway. Her mom some way or another figures out how to orchestrate 60,000 rupees and moves generally that cash into her little girl's record. Yet after seeing just 60,000, the hijacker's mind goes aye, and they say, while we requested 1.5 million and they're giving us just 60,000. Consequently, they continue sending compromising messages to Kamla more than once to gather the full payment sum. In the meantime, in this time, small-scale sibling Navaj likewise arrives at Mumbai and first goes to Loanda, where Minoy used to remain. However, when he finds no hint of her there, he meets a few normal companions. Subsequently, he meets a companion named Alak Verma who had seen Meenakshi last. Then the two of them go to a close by police headquarters, Ambalai Police Headquarters. There they document a missing report and furthermore illuminate the police about the messages got from Little's telephone. Watching this whole scene, even the Ambalai police are very shocked on the grounds that this case included a young lady from Dharodan as well as a Nepali resident. Thus the police quickly make a move. However, regardless of researching to a great extent for the overwhelming majority days, they couldn't make any leap forwards. Then again, regular messages were coming to Small Scale's mom's telephone, yet this proceeded exclusively until April 2. Prior to pushing ahead with this examination, we ought to find out a little about smaller than expected's experience. As a matter of fact, Scaled Down's family moved from Nepal to Dehradun, India during her young life. Then Meenakshi finished her tutoring from Dun School. After that, she got a degree in flight. Her mom Kla was a homemaker. Her sibling Navaj was in the military, and there isn't a lot of data about her dad. Notwithstanding having a degree in flying, her fantasy was to turn into an entertainer. Her dressing sense, appearance, verbal communication, everything was like that of an ideal entertainer, and what's more moving was her in addition to point. After that, Meenakshi conversed with her folks about needing to turn into an entertainer and that she would need to go to Mumbai for it. Well, her folks likewise realized that their girl had ability, she was reasonable and she could deal with herself, so they didn't deny her fantasy about going to the city of dreams by any stretch of the imagination. After that, she previously found another home in Loanda. However, very much like each entertainer needs to confront battles before all else, Meenakshi likewise saw a ton of battle at first, as we as a whole realize there is such a lot of battle in this field. On the off chance that you have ability to, then you need to remain in lengthy lines outside studios in the first part of the day. You need to give tryouts among large number of young men and young ladies. Regardless, it's extremely challenging to get chosen for even a little scene in a film, particularly for young ladies. Yet as I told you, Minaki was lovely, not really good or bad. She got a few little promotions work, yet up to this point she hadn't handled any enormous undertakings. Then she made her Bollywood debut with the film 404 Blunder Not Found. The film didn't perform well in the cinematic world, which drove Meenakshi to stand by one more year to find work again prior to pushing ahead rapidly. Buy into the feed. This is odd, you haven't bought into the feed yet. Immediately buy into it. Presently we should get back to a similar police examination scene where the police initial a lead from smaller than usual's companion Alok Verma in this capturing case. After that, Alok lets the police know that on spring 12th Meenakshi had told him while conversing with me that she was going to Allahabad with her two companions Amit Jaisal and Pradai Suran the following day, which is walk 13th. As a matter of fact, Amit Jaswal and Pri were both seeing someone who has lived in Prague, which is in the present Allahabad. He had concentrated on regulations, so he likewise rehearsed in court as a promoter for quite a while. Then again he met Priti at a training place. Subsequently the two of them fell head over heels. Yet around then Amit was hitched and had two youngsters. However, at that point when the two of them became hopelessly enamored, the two of them came to Mumbai Bollywood together to take a shot in any case. In the further examination, smaller than expected's companion Alok lets the police know that on spring 13th Meenakshi went to Allahabad to sign up Jairi film with Amit and Priti, and he personally saw her off at the train. Now in light of the fact that Alok had last seen Meenakshi with Amit and really, the police presently begin looking for the two of them, and first they go to their home in Mumbai, yet it was locked. After that the police sat tight for a couple of days, believing that if the two of them were out of the city for shooting or something almost identical they would return in a couple of days. The police even went to UD Pradesh state and conversed with their families. UD Pradesh is Indian state which Amit furthermore Priti resided, yet Amit's dad Surendra J. Aswal expressed that since Amit went to Mumbai with that young lady Pri, he has not returned home even once. Then again Pri's dad said that he had last seen Pri and Amit with one more young lady on spring 14th. Currently, even from Allahabad Mumbai police just get stories, they don't have the foggiest idea where they are. However, at that point on April 14, 2012, about a month after Meenakshi vanished, Mumbai police catched them close to an ATM in Bandra. Really, the police were following both of their telephone numbers alongside small scales number, her ledger and charge cards, so that on the off chance that the criminal attempts to pull out cash from her record they would be cautioned. Yet presently, after being gotten, Amit recounts to the police an alternate story. He says that Meenakshi had given him her telephone and ATM card prior to going to Allahabad with her sweetheart anyway. Then again, after police put a little squeeze on Pri, she admitted everything to the police and said, "We should go, we'll take you to Allahabad." So the Mumbai police set out for Allahabad with scaled down sibling her companions alongside Amit and Pri. Then these individuals went to a territory named Darbhanga in Allahabad 3 days after Amit and Pr's capture on April 17, 2012, where there was an old HAV type place called Gulati Bangla. The lodge was totally abandoned and no one resided there, on the grounds that the proprietors of that home currently dwelled elsewhere. Anyway, there was a gatekeeper residing here to direct this cottage, and he was, in all honesty, Pri's dad himself, who had last seen Meenakshi with Priti and Amit. Here now, since the Mumbai police couldn't direct any examination any place outside their state, they looked for help from the Uttar Pradesh police. After that, Amit and Pri lead the police to the back piece of that equivalent cottage, demonstrating towards a septic tank. Then a few police officers opened the top of that septic tank, yet when they opened it there was a body inside without a head, that is from the neck to the feet. The body was unblemished, there wasn't any other persons. Nevertheless, Bollywood entertainer Manoy that's now seeing his sister's dead body Before his eyes whom Amit and Priti had pitilessly killed, Najtapa begins crying not too far off after that. When the police inquire as to myself no eyes head, they take the police towards Varanasi city from Allahabad. Subsequent to going for around 3 hours, the police find smaller than normal's head on a street in the midst of hedges a couple of miles before Varanasi. Seeing this scene, every one of the police officers were flabbergasted at how somebody could do something like this. After that the police arrested them, revealed the genuine explanation for Little's homicide, and then, at that point, introduced the case in court. Other than that, how Meenakshi met the two of them and why she went to Allahabad with them. The story behind this was how things had been in 2011 after Manoy made the film 4004. She showed up on the arrangement of the film Courageous Woman. In this film, Kareena Kapoor and Arjun Rampal were in lead jobs like Meenakshi. Amit and Priti additionally arrived at the arrangement of the film Heroine to try out, where Meenakshi met Amit for the main first time. After that, Amit acquainted Meenakshi with his sweetheart Priti. Now in their most memorable gathering, Amit told Meenakshi that he has been living in Mumbai for a long time and he likewise has kinships with enormous movie chiefs and makers. Other than that, he attempted to show that his life in Mumbai is going quite well and everybody incorporating Priti upheld Amit in this. However, as a general rule, it wasn't similar to a large number of them three continued to meet in cafes, bistros and so in the middle between, in view of which they traded their numbers with one another in the middle between. Once Meenakshi likewise misled Amit and Priti that she is from a regal group of Nepal and acting is only a side interest for her. That is the reason she came to Mumbai. Other than that, Amit and Priti likewise immediately accepted small-scale falsehood on the grounds that around then, seeing Little's way of life, dietary patterns and approach to dressing, Priti and Amit felt that Aki was coming clean. Since that day, Amit and Priti began taking a gander at Meenakshi with desire. Then these individuals made an arrangement, and after that Amit began saying to Meenakshi one day he got a call from a Bhojpuri projecting chief. They are searching for a newbie. Might you want to work in the Bhojpuri industry? Separated from Bollywood now. Before Amit and Priti, Meenakshi was from an illustrious family in Nepal, yet truly her family's monetary circumstance was bad, so Meenakshi consents to be prepared for this film. After that, she likewise told this to her dearest companion Alok Verma. Then these three sit on the train going from Mumbai to Allahabad on Spring 13th, and afterward they stop at a similar Gatti home on the grounds that Priti approached it. Now these individuals lie to Meenakshi that this is our area and work will begin here from tomorrow. However, the following day Meenakshi gets dubious that there will be no shooting or anything here. Then again, Amit and Priti likewise knew that Meenakshi couldn't be saved here for long, so then, at that point, Amit and Priti begin compromising Meenakshi together. However, at that point when Meenakshi could have attempted to take off or shout, Amit initially controlled her with his solidarity and afterward choked her. After that, the two of them checked small-scale satchel and everything, including her telephone and some charge cards. Amit kept everything with him. Then the two of them considered making an arrangement to cut Little's body into two pieces, so that on the off chance that anybody finds a piece of the body later on, they wouldn't have the foggiest idea about whose body it is. M might purchased a blade from the market to slit smaller than normal's jugular. Then he utilized a similar blade to cut two pieces of Little's body. Then he put the head in a polythene pack and conveyed it towards the transport stand. On the opposite side, they put the remainder of Mino's body into a similar septic tank. Currently think two individuals with a sack in their grasp and a human head inside. Those individuals go to get a transport to Varanasi at the packed transport stand of Allahabad. Now the transport is practically loaded with travelers, yet no one realize that these two individuals have a sack with a young lady's head inside. However, what did they complete? One, they got the night transport, and afterward when it got dull, seeing an abandoned spot right behind Varanasi, Priti tossed Little's head alongside the pack out of the transport window towards the shrubs. Yet this untruth must be concealed for a month, and when the two of them began reaching a financial dead end for voyaging and endurance, they were gotten At the point when 46,000 rupees was removed from Little's ledger, yet in the end both conceded their culpability in court anyway. I was unable to comprehend the reason why this case delayed for quite some time. On May 11, 2018, the meetings court in Mumbai condemned them to life detainment, albeit public examiner Ul Nikam had pursued in court that this is an uncommon of the most extraordinary case meriting capital punishment for both. The court chose to condemn them to life detainment rather than capital punishment.